This is the Wisco Boater channel. My name is Chad. It is the day before haul out. I'm back on the boat to get the gas stabilized. So I'm going to use some Sta-Bil 360 Marine. This little thing, this little 32 ounce bottle will treat up to 320 gallons of gas. 1 ounce per 10 gallons. So I'm gonna have to, I've got about 150 gallons in each tank. So 15 ounces per tank is what I'm going to put in. This little neck here has a 1 ounce filler. That line right there is 1 ounce, so 15 of those per tank, which will use almost all of this. And then I will start the engines, run them for 5 minutes so that that treated gas gets put through the engine. And then that is it for me being on the boat this year. Tomorrow, Monday the 6th, Jason from Skipper Bud's Quarterdeck is gonna come over and pick up the boat and run it over for a haul out. I am gonna video that, but I'm not gonna be on board. So let's get the gas treated and get out of here before the Packers game starts. Okay, we'll get our gas tank opened up. At least I think I will. I left my opening tool back at the apartment, but this little thing was on here. There we go. Not ideal, but it'll get the job done. All right. Okay, so you just take and squeeze this till you get 1 ounce, and we do this 15 times. And 15. Okay, that tank is done. All right, I'll go do the other side over there, and then we'll get the engines fired up for 5 minutes. Okay, got both tanks treated. That's interesting. So I put in 15 squeezes on each engine. This is supposed to be a 32 ounce bottle, and according to the scale inside, I have 8 ounces left. But I know I put 15 in each side, so we're good. So let's get the engines fired up. Engines are running. Got gauges in the green. We got a little overcharge here, which that was right at 14 before. Let's see what the gauge downstairs says. Let's turn the rectifier off. There we go. Forgot to turn the rectifier off. So, back up here to the dashboard, and we've got good oil pressure, good voltage on the left. Temperatures will come up in a second. Good voltage on the starboard, good oil pressure on the starboard as well. So let these run for a good 5 minutes. I'm going to leave the blower on the whole time. Ran the blower for 4 minutes before we started. And the other thing we want to check is water out the exhaust. And you can see down there, got water moving there. And water moving there. All right, our 5 minute timer is up. I'm gonna let them run just a little bit longer. Just let that water temperature come up just a little bit more. So we're right at just above 140. I like to see them get a little bit warmer than that before I shut them off, so just kind of leave them alone here for a little bit. Still got good charge, good pressures. One thing with this time of year I'll mention, when the temperatures start to drop, obviously you don't open up your canvas, and when you're running a boat sitting at the dock stationary, you do get some fumes that come into the cockpit area. When you open this up, like when I went out to check for water, you're gonna get some fumes in. It's a very still day, so the exhaust is just kind of wafting behind the boat. So I do open up side curtains just to be sure we have some airflow and ventilation in here. It's only 40 degrees, but better to be chilly and have ventilation than to risk any sort of carbon monoxide poisoning. So the other thing I had to do today was defrost the freezer. I got most of the ice out of there. It builds up fairly quickly, so that's all been chopped out as best I can. Put a towel down to catch the water that's gonna, or the ice that's gonna melt and drain down to the bottom of the fridge. And I'm also draining the water tank. I've got this faucet, both the faucets in the bathrooms running, and the exit water here, well, inlet water technically, but when the boat system is pressurized, it flows that way. So draining the water, and that is the last thing on the checklist. All right, haul out day is here. Just got to the marina. Jason and his team or crew or whatever are going to be over here shortly, so he gets the boat unlocked, get the keys ready for him, and had to pick another windy day. At least it's not raining this time. It's not quite as windy as last year, but it's blowing pretty good. So they always make pretty quick work of this. seen this before, but got the boat in the slings. And we'll just time lapse this. It's getting really windy. I'm not sure how good the audio is going to be recording this, but my transducers for depth and temperature were caked over. There's one on this side, one on the other side, and this wheel had to have been frozen because the speed wasn't working either. So that's a lack of use over the summer. Everything gets covered with zebra mussels and growth. But we're all cleaned up now. Clean bottom. Never ceases to amaze me how they get these boats in such tight spots. I mean, they have the tools to do it. It's just incredible to watch. So that's where it's going to stay. Got plenty of room to do some waxing this year. Got to get it off the dollies there and put it up on stands. But so Thirsty Will is sitting at an angle this year. They just didn't quite have enough clearance to move the bow any farther to starboard. So I've got a ton of space. This is all going to be open. There probably will end up being something here, but a bunch of space to do bottom paint and some polishing over the winter. And because of the angle, they won't be able to get anything else really in this area. Maybe something small in front of that tiara right there. But you can see where the fender's rubbed all summer long. So I'll do some hull polishing. And access to the swim platform isn't bad this year. I'll bring one of my ladders over and I can squeeze up between the bow pulpit and my gate opening there. So last thing to do is get up on board, shut the batteries off, and come back later to start polishing. All right, so that is Haul Out 2023. She's in the building and ready to rest. Thanks for watching this episode of the Wisco Boater channel. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. I don't know if it'll be next week, but I'll put a video out as soon as I have the next one. So have a good one. We'll see you then.